everybody, it's Tony Moore from AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days here at Day of Days with the very beautiful Sal.
Hello.
And of course, Casey. How are you?
I'm very, very well.
Good. Okay, wait, first, before we start, I have to ask a very important question. Now, picture it, a couple of weeks ago, you on the show in a very snazzy suit with a beard. The next day, the beard was gone. The question that we all want to know, what happened to the beard?
I went with it, man. I tried to just show up with it and just show up on camera. I was trying to make it work.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't. It didn't work with what I'm going to be going into.
Right.
So I had to take it off. But I mean, they like the beard.
Yeah.
And Lani likes the beard and the glasses.
You know what? I have to say, I am digging the glasses.
Right?
I'm like digging this whole like look because we've known each other for a while, and like this is like very. You have Tony's official 3 Snaps award on this look.
Oh,
yeah. So you're welcome. You can put that on your LA casting. All right. So, and Sal,
Oh, goodness.
first, don't be nervous. Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that they brought the character of Lani back because when they took you away, I was like, no, wait a minute. We're just building this family. What happened?
I know.
And then you come back with such a vengeance with the whole Halo thing, and you were so amazing. I don't want to ask the question of like what was your inspiration, because then it suddenly seems like, oh, one day I decided to shoot up and like just see how it was. But how did you get into that whole thing and like, pretending to be on drugs and like the effects and everything?
Well, I'm going to go back a little bit. So when I first knew I was coming back on the show, I was like, all right, I got to develop Lani. I wanted her to be powerful and strong and to have a voice. I felt like when she was there before, she wasn't really standing up, and I was like, no, she's too strong, and so I really wanted to make sure she came back in. She's a cop. She's gonna fuck some shit up. Excuse my language. But I really wanted her to have that strength and not back down to anything. And so they started writing that in, she's taking jobs on doing things on her own that could be risky to her life and to her health, and her job came first, and so she was going to do it. And so going into the Halo, it's kind of hard because I was like, okay, I've never been high out of my mind on any kind of like crazy drug like that. I don't even know. I don't know what to experience. I don't know. So I started doing like research, and then I would literally sit at home in the dark, allowing myself to go through whatever a person on any like meth or I don't know, acid, heroin, any type of drug that way, and I would allow myself to experience. And it was crazy. I would literally just be like shaking on my floor, just trying to like experience it, and it worked for me. It helped me go there with it.
It definitely did. Like first of all, I just enjoyed that whole Halo bit in itself. Everyone did their own thing, had their own effects, and we saw during that time just a little peek into what things could be like JJ with Gabby and those like different relationships that
I woke up and like he woke up with Gabby and I woke up with Eli.
Exactly. And for a moment we were all like, okay. And then we were like, oh, okay, now we're back to reality. So no, it was all great. So kudos to you, on that. I also have to say I was first familiar with you on Top Model, and it took me a second because when you were on the show, I was like, why does this girl look familiar? She's so pretty. I was like, she should be a model. And then I was like, wait a minute, I know her. And so it's great to see, you start on that platform and you're now here on Days, and you're getting to show you're not just a beautiful woman, but you're also extremely talented.
Yeah, and that was a really hard transition for me. I stopped modeling around 5, and I was living in New York, and I had to make a decision of like, okay, do I stay here in New York and model? And I had a great agent. I was doing very well as a model. But there was just something in me that I was like, I want to do more. I want to have more of a voice. I want to show what I am truly capable of doing. And I pulled the trigger, packed my bags, and moved back to LA and met my manager, and he's like, no more modeling. And I was like, oh. okay, not modeling anymore. And I haven't modeled since, and it's been a challenge, but I love what I do. I'm so passionate about this craft, but I love the fact that I did top model. It was a part of my journey that I needed to have, and I'm so forever grateful for it. So grateful.
Well, you are amazing. That was a great decision to just pack up your stuff and move to LA and do this. You're doing amazing. Now, Casey, we have seen you just develop over time. I still remember, and I still love this story, and I'm sure I told this story already. I met Casey his very first day at Days. You came to do a wardrobe fitting, and I totally was just like, I don't know who this kid is, but whatever. And he was like, hey, do you know where the Days set is? I was like, oh yeah, I'm heading there now. And we walked, and I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, there's another background extra. We can chit chat and talk, maybe take a walk around Horton Town Square. And then I'm like, oh, so what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm playing the son of Jack and Jennifer. And I'm like, oh, well, excuse me while I go sit in the Brady pub today and figure out whether my friend is coming in. But you've been amazing like since you started the show.
I love you for deciding if your friend's gonna come.
Listen, as a method actor, I like to go into a scene and envision what my character is in that moment. And in the Brady pub, I'm waiting for a friend. They never show up, but I'm waiting for a friend. I order, never comes. But that's just my life on set. That's my character. But for you, developing JJ and now seeing this transition that he's had from basically boy to man and now being a detective, as an actor, what did you do to really get fans into that transition that JJ is no longer a boy, but he's now a man?
Man, honestly, I feel like that.
You can take it.
No, it's like you got it.
Oh. I was gonna say, don't be afraid of black things. It's fine.
Speaking to the microphone.
Wait, because he has jungle fever, right? That's what you said over there.
He had jungle fever.
Oh man. What was the question?
What did you do as an actor to transition JJ from boy to man?
Oh, you know what, man? It's weird. I
grew chest hair.
Yeah, I grew chest hair. I turned into a man off screen.
Yeah.
Like in my real life, and honestly, it's kind of weird, and it might sound silly, but as an actor, when I was starting out, I didn't know that. Oh, I can make that choice. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can do this and that, and kind of shape it however I want.
Yeah.
There's no rules. And then when I started doing that opened me up in real life, and it opened me up as an actor. Like, I can do whatever, So it's all there.
Yeah. And it's a great transition. We like it. We wish you would have kept the beard, but we saw what happened. I hope so.
You know what the problem? I actually was gonna grow a beard out.
Yeah.
But I'm filming on The Last Champion again.
Okay.
We're doing the last match. We're doing it again, and we're filming it in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
And I gotta wax the chest. I gotta cut my hair, and I gotta shave my face. So it's gonna be brutal. And I didn't want to have another. Casey has the beard shaved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after it's all said and done, I'll probably grow it out.
Okay, because we'll wait for that moment again. I feel like it's going to happen anyway. So we've gotten Dave's questions out of the way. Before we have to wrap things up, we want to play a little game. Okay? It's going to be most likely. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you have to say between you two who's most likely to do that.
Okay.
All right? Are you ready? You got it? Okay, here we go. Most likely to forget a line on set.
Casey.
Really?
And without hesitation, mind you, it's like she was ready for it. She was like, nope, not me, Casey. Casey, who do you think? Is it you or is it Sal?
I love working with Sal. It's great.
Good answer. Good.
Always, you know what? For the most part, we don't fuck around. Honestly, we don't mess up, and a lot of the times we go straight to tape on mostly everything. But there's some times, and it's like it's the little things. Mm-hmm. It's not even like the chunky part of a scene. It's like the stupid little line that you have after like 5 other people talk, and then you completely ruin their scene because you're spacing. Like, oh, I have that line. Like.
It's like, oh, well, you know, whenever that happens, whenever there's dead air, I'm like, that's me. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to say. And what's the line? So that happens. All right. Okay, so most likely to arrive when you're doing a scene together, first person on set.
Me.
It was me at first.
Uh-huh.
But then I stopped, and then she's like, I'm fucking taking this.
Gotcha.
She's always out.
Your name is called over the intercom, and you're like, I gotta go. I gotta beat him.
Couple times.
We kinda,
okay, a little bit.
First, you're gonna get there first.
I see him coming out of his dressing room. I'm like, oh.
Yep. Totally.
Okay, so most likely to make the first call or text to go and hang out and either have lunch or do something outside of set.
So.
Yeah, and he never comes.
Oh no!
Never comes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I'm such a homebody, man.
So am I, but sometimes.
Well, then why don't y'all hang out at the house?
Well, I did. I invited him over. I invited him over to football Sundays.
I got terribly sick that day. There was that fucking flu thing going around. I know, I sound like I live in Los Angeles. I know, I'm so LA.
So LA. Okay, so last question. Most likely to take the most time to get ready.
Really? This one.
Depends on what day it is, all right?
I swear, because like he'll be in the makeup chair longer than me. I'm kidding. Come on, we all know that answer. I'm gonna just take it.
You're gonna take one for the team.
I'm gonna take one for the team.
I mean, listen, I would have thought it would have been Casey because you have the hair, you have the chest hair. There's prep that has to happen. Yeah.
Hairspray on so it keeps
He
in place.
He comes in, he gets the shaver, he goes into the mirror, he's like. I see.
You pay attention. You pay attention. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting and chatting with me. And one day we will have you in the studio.
Want me there, and I will come. I mean, seriously.
We're 2018. We're gonna make it happen. I promise.
Right. My birthday's in January, so.
Mine too. When's your birthday?
20th.
Oh, I'm the 3rd. January 3rd. Are you Capricorn?
I'm on the cusp. Capricorn.
Okay, we'll claim you.
I will see you guys in the studio soon. Okay.
Thank you guys.